What's exciting for me is that Danny never took this style on. I gotta say, it's probably the best biomechanical we've ever seen on ink, master.
The big thing about these kind of tattoos is you want to feel like it's not a part of the body, and you really capture that.
It's pretty dazzling.
This week, we're testing detail.
Detail is all the little textures, all the little fine lines and shading that brings a tattoo to life.
You must all create a biomechanical tattoo.
Having the godfather of biomech judge my tattoos, it puts so much pressure on you.
I don't do biomechanical. I'm absolutely terrified right now.
This is not gonna be fun.
Biomechanical tattoos are free-flowing forms that either grow or come together in a mechanical, organic way.
Detail is really important in biomechanical tattoos because it enhances all the little tiny crevices and gives it that pop to make it that much more exciting.
Robots are not biomechanical. What I showed you originally...
Are robots mechanical or not?
But
yes.
If you don't meet the challenge,
it meets
and if you
the
go
challenge.
off... Can you let me finish?
My canvas is a straight-up ass.
We need to have some respect right now.
I'm trying to be respectful, but you're not compromising.
You're just telling me what to do.
I'm willing to move a little bit, but you've got to come and move with me, too.
I'm getting so frustrated.
You're getting frustrated.
This guy is not receptive at all. He's stressing me out so bad.
You could do that style some, but...
The challenge is this style. So how can I do it some if the challenge is this style? Give me some direction or go.
Punch in some.
Don't be like, punch in some,
My children are depending on me right now, and his things he wants in this tattoo are going to send me home, and I can't let that happen.
You need to go so I can get to work.
Right, but I want to see what you're...
Go.
How you doing?
All right, so this is what I've come up with. I got the cables coming around, and then we have the bio part, which is what they're looking for. And if you don't like it, I'm just gonna tattoo it on myself.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling it.
All right, go on.
I mean, it's
Peace.
just nothing.
Bye.
It's my tattoo, it's on my body, so I want ideas that I had too. I'm trying to work with her, and she's not willing to work with me, not one bit.
Are you willing to compromise a little bit?
No.
Because you really didn't put anything that I wanted.
I put cables of metal in there. Don't worry about it. I got it. Tattooing myself.
I compromised a lot on this.
You didn't compromise.
And I really do a great tattoo.
No, you don't. You kept saying all kinds of stupid. I'm not putting pistons and that other
piston.
I said plates and cables.
No. I didn't say. I said some metal.
Goodbye. Have a nice life. Go yourself.
You awake? Just making sure. No one in this challenge has a chance against me today. I'm making this head tattoo big, bold, dark, and just badass. I know what I'm doing, and I'm not going anywhere.
You have 5 hours remaining.
I don't want to tattoo myself, but at this point, I have no choice. I'm not going to let some ass be responsible for me going home today.
Let's see what you're doing here. Is this the design that the guy didn't want?
He didn't want any of the biomechanical in it. He just wanted only mechanical.
Okay.
So it wouldn't have met the challenge.
I know I have to do this for my children. I have everything on the line right now.
So what's your take? Did you hear any of that?
She was just going off on the guy, you know, so...
Would you have bounced that guy?
No. I would have gave him exactly what he wanted.
Julia's a dumbass. She should have just tattooed her canvas, but I think her art abilities caught up to her and she couldn't provide what he wanted.
You know Aaron Kane's here, so you better take your time on a biomech piece.
Be a good idea. When I do a rib tattoo, I attack. I go after it, I do it as big and bold as I can. I know I'm a proficient, solid tattooer, I'm technically sound, and I'm gonna kick some ass today.
It's a big piece, especially on the ribs.
I always go ballistic.
Doing all right?
I'd sit here all day.
The ribs are a very difficult area to tattoo. I want to show off that I can do a clean, technical tattoo in a difficult skin. My rival's still here. I've been in the bottom. I feel like there's a ton of pressure right now.
You need some thicker lines. I'm excited to see your tattoo.
I'm excited to see yours, pal.
Thanks, buddy.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it, machine's down, time is up. No more tattooing, please.
Check it out.
Oh, the detail's unreal. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
My tattoo is so awesome. I really showed today that I deserve to be here.
What are you thinking, Julia? You sent your canvas home, you told this giant-ass dude to F off, plus, it looks like you did a cover-up on your own leg, girl. You're going home.
Today, all of you went head-to-head creating biomechanical tattoos. Don, let's start with you.
This piece, out of all the pieces we see today, is lacking the most detail.
I actually think it's kind of poorly drawn. I mean, it doesn't look like a heart, right?
I thought it looked like a heart to me.
There's some really weird shapes that don't go together. It doesn't really have a flow.
Emily.
This is a nice, clean tattoo. It's kind of a delicate approach to biomech. The two opposing images, they do have a nice flow.
This is actually one of my favorites. The softness of the two pieces coming together and the way it looks like jewelry, I think is really nice.
Thank you very much.
Holy balls. Josh.
Overall, it was a little bit clunky. There are these big shapes just kind of flopped in there. But definitely a biomech tattoo, has a lot of detail. It's got good elements to it.
The shading that you did in all of your big pieces looks great. Technically, the thing's really nice.
Chris.
The overall feel of this tattoo is a little confusing.
There's too much going on in that small of an area. If the scale was bigger, you would have been more successful. I think there's a little bit too much detail in this one.
Jason.
There's a couple of really strong tricks in here. Using opposing contrasting colors. It's like bang, bang. That makes it dynamic immediately.
Eric.
My favorite part of this tattoo is the readability. The composition is really strong. You got the biomech elements just right. The contrast you got from the monochromatic background and then those red elements in the foreground really gives it a punch. Overall, good work.
Thank you.
Aaron.
As far as the detail, I do like how the gears are in here. The thing I don't like about it is how overall dark the whole tattoo is.
I knew that was coming, yeah.
You put so much work into making those gears so perfect and circular, and then you ran so much black up over it, under it, around it, that you deleted it. You really did have the right idea. I think it just got away from you a little.
Mark.
There's a bunch of cool elements, but it's like you got a big box of biomech parts and you try to arrange them inside of this little pill-shaped area that doesn't really fit the body. So you have all these different elements that are just kind of plugged together, but they don't ever flow together. It's just kind of jumbled a little bit.
Angel.
The challenge that you're having is the technical execution side, and that is a major hindrance.
Clean.
You didn't go crazy in details, but there's tremendous detail in it. You did a lot of repetitive things, only they don't repeat themselves. Each section of the beads is different. It gives more of an artistic feel.
I tried to change up a little bit as I went, just so it wasn't so stiff.
This is a strong tattoo.
Thanks.
Julia. There were some unusual circumstances with you and your canvas. Before we get into that, let's discuss the work that you have presented for us.
This is probably the strongest thing as a judge I've seen you do. It has a lot of contrast, it has a lot of depth.
So Julia, now let's talk about what happened in your consult.
The guy just kept cutting me off, and I was just like, I'm trying to work with you. I'm trying to do what you want. And then at one point, he shushed me. So I was just like, look, this is the design. And if you don't want to do it, I'm just going to tattoo it on myself at this point.
There are two sides to every story. Maybe we should hear from your canvas.
Bet you're not happy to see me. Should I laugh off now?
Hey, buddy, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
What is your side of the story?
She hated every idea that I had. She said they were all crap. She said they're
I
all
didn't say
so
they were all
outdated.
crap.
She just said, I have to do her tattoo or I wasn't getting a tattoo. And I said, well, can't you just change anything? She's like, I will not change nothing.
I I was on the computer the whole time, just like, well, let me show you this, let me show you this. And I was like, just tell me the components you want then.
Yeah, but you were super rude about it.
You have to always work with that client or starve and not feed your family.
Exactly.
Okay, because that is how we make our money, is working with our clients.
Everyone that
At
knows
this point,
me as an artist knows how I
listen,
am. And
just stop. Stop. Don't dig it deeper.
Mark, thank you very much, man. Good luck, buddy. Let's poll the judges and award Tattoo of the Day.
I like Eric's. I mean, it's executed well. If you want to talk detail, I would say CLEEN probably had the best detail.
What I like about CLEEN's tattoo is even though he did a rigid design, he was smart enough to just make it free-flowing.
Final decision.
I think Eric.
I'm going with CLEEN.
And I'm going with CLEEN.
The winner of the best tattoo of the day is CLEEN.
Thank you.
Today, you had to create biomechanical tattoos with tight, sharp details. Eric, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. You surprised?
I'm lost for words, to be honest with you. I thought I was doing a great tattoo, solid biomechanical, so I'm pissed off.
Angel.
I think that you were lost a little bit in the details. If it's a detail challenge, you have to get the details right.
I know what I'm doing. I'm an artist, and this is what the I do. I came here with a mission, with a thirst, with a promise. I can't leave here empty-handed.
Don.
If that heart had the details in it to look realistic, I would have vastly improved this tattoo.
Julia.
This is not the worst tattoo of the day.
I am so immensely sorry for what I did.
The judges have decided. Angel, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Please pack your machines and close shop. You have 6 hours to transform your canvas into a cyborg. Remember, every hour you must switch tattoos, proving your consistency. And your time begins now.
Today we're testing consistency by doing a tag team tattoo, rotating every hour. That's cool, buddy.
Team Peck for the win.
Today's tattoo is a good test of consistency because the tattooers have to make it look like one tattooer's doing it.
Just kind of like that, right?
You agree?
Yeah.
Do your outsides fat, one pass. Do your insides thin, one pass. We have a perfect plan mapped out. As long as the girls stick to it, we're gonna kill it. See these sections where the red breaks in?
Yep.
Just get free and fun.
I'm on it. Think I'm okay even though I went down there?
Yeah, just don't do them on the rest.
I never do biomechanical, so I need to take every bit of advice Nunez gives me. He's making sure that we're as solid as possible.
I think we're okay.
Just remember, if we don't win this thing, one of us is going home.
Damn, quit reminding us. At this point in the game, I don't want anybody else having their hand in my tattooing. I want to do what I do, and that's it. How do you want to do on these skin rips?
Skin rips. It's up to you guys. Dark wash.
Team Nunez definitely has the advantage. I've already seen Nikki and Kelly work together as a team, and they do it seamlessly.
Guys, underneath some of the skin rips, I'm putting a little bit of black, okay?
Underneath.
3 of us together, all doing different styles. I mean, honestly, we got no chance.
5 hours remaining, and switch.
You're coming to Nate's, and I'm doing his arm. I just did black, gray into red. Is that too dark?
It is. I walked away and we had a game plan. I came back in. This thing's so There is no biomechanical background, and the exterior was supposed to look like metal plating. It turned into rocks. If this thing is just the skull with these broken rocks around it, these guys are gonna get tore apart.
And switch stations.
Are you good there, Ryan?
Perfect. Are you good?
I'm good.
Once again, just like any other Team Peck challenge, Gian and I are working well together, taking the lead.
You already outlined the whole medium?
No. Nah, none of this is done. That's not done.
But Nate is just pessimistic and slow.
What's the plan?
Look what Ryan's doing, and you start doing what she's doing.
Nate has to pull his together, or Gian and I are going down with him.
Artists, time to switch.
Did I it up?
Just keep rocking.
This is the least confident I've ever seen Nikki.
If we make back here like the source of light, this being dark makes perfect sense.
That'll be cool.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Okay.
What's done is done. I just have to keep on track and make sure that she knows she's still doing a good job. We're gonna be okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Machine's down. Time is up. No more ink.
Woo! Oh, your mama. I'm sorry.
Damn! Look at this thing. Dude, we killed it.
Hey, you okay? No. I really doubt this is gonna win. It's supposed to be like a cyborg. It doesn't look like metal, it looks like rocks. I went too dark on one part of the skull.
The realization is setting in that my hard work is probably sending one of my girls home.
Me and Kelly don't know how to do bio. We didn't go in the gear and mechanical direction either. I mean, it may look consistent all over.
You're here to fight, and you have to put up a good one.
Today you had to show consistency tattooing cyborg tattoos. Remember, you're being judged as a team. Let's see how you did. Team Peck, let's start with you.
Looking at the 3 tattoos, they all have a consistent feel. But there are a couple of differences. The one with the trigger, it looks like the smoothest of the 3. It has a much softer, powdery feel to it. That's the one that's the most open and the most readable. Your other tattoos have a lot of small, tucked away pieces that are in there. The left leg is a lot heavier, a lot blacker, and a lot deeper in your outlines, as opposed to the other leg. Those outlines, they're thin, there's a lot of wobbles.
One thing I was unsure about is like, what is ripping out? Is that supposed to be skin or plywood ripped open?
For the skin rip?
Oh, is it skin?
Yeah, what he asked us for was almost like a striped slash sort of like claw look.
I mean, it looks like you definitely did what he asked for, and sometimes that can be a little bit dangerous.
This is that type of skin rip that has that tendency to look like bark and look cracked instead of looking torn and flexible. But the way you designed it and laid it out, this is a design that can appeal to people whether they know what this imagery is or not. I think it's a crowd pleaser all around.
Thank you.
Next up, Team Nunez.
I think it's a pretty good tattoo, but I don't see any kind of mechanical, doesn't say cyborg to me. I would also say that I don't think that the forehead matches the rest of the skull. It looks really smooth, and it doesn't have as much texture or dimension as the lower part of the face or the bottom jaw.
That was a difficult tattoo.
In all honesty, I truly believe that we gave her a good tattoo, but it might have gotten away from us.
Gotten away from you how? Because the challenge was transform your canvas into a cyborg.
That's probably what got away from us.
When we take that, you know, we can go down the route of biomech, which we definitely did.
It's a little more bio-organic. Heavy on the bio.
The bottom jaw looks like a totally separate thought that doesn't go along with the skull at all. And the one in the background, it's super thick. It makes it hard for me to know that's a jaw. From a distance, it looks like just a red oil rag getting thrown down a cave.
It was the most stressful tattoo I think either of us have done here.
We have some issues. Behind the skull, we were supposed to have all that weird connective biomech tissue, but you missed doing those weird shapes that we talked about doing, and then coloring the same way you colored. That would have been fine. You would have had it. Problem is that we didn't hit the look of the metal, and we didn't hit the look of the biomech tissue behind the skull. The things we talked about got lost in translation.
What I will say in terms of consistency here, it does look like one artist did both tattoos. The line weights are consistent, shading is consistent. I do see remnants of that biomechanical style with these rock formations that are coming out, so I see that as being a consistent element there. So there are consistent elements here, and that is one of the things we're testing for. Judges have decided the best tattoos of the day go to Team Peck.
Y'all hit it. The cyborg element showing a lot of mechanical pieces and overall consistency. It looked like one person could have easily done all 3 of these tattoos.
Team Peck won just because they stuck to the challenge.
This means that the 3 of you are safe from elimination. You can go ahead and have a seat.
You guys nervous?
Never done biomech, but I've never done lots of and I'm still here, so.
Either way this thing goes, I don't have to listen to Austin run his mouth anymore.
I'm gonna help you guys both out. If you need anything, I want the best tattoo to win, no matter what.
Thanks, Coach. We're coming into a huge battle right now. I have stayed up all night researching biomechanical skull art, and I've come in prepared as I can. I'm about to do the best biomechanical skull anyone's ever seen, and I don't even know what that's supposed to look like.
Keep this line on the teeth and the side of the jaw thicker than this one.
Okay, because it's in the background.
Yes.
It might not be pretty, but I think it's definitely badass.
I actually like the color study, and there's some elements in there I dig.
Sweet. Now
Every
let's see if I
once in a while,
can.
you surprise me.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm like that ring in the Cracker Jack box.
Austin's gonna be so embarrassed when a watercolor artist beats him at a dude tat.
You dialed in?
Got as dialed as I can get it, my friend. I have 0 experience with biomechanical skulls, but I have tons of experience with skulls. I feel like this is more a shot at Stacy than it is me, because there's no watercolor in biomechanics. That's one rule I know. Bye-bye, Stacy.
All right, Stacy and Austin, you have 6 hours to tattoo a biomechanical skull assigned by Christian. And your time starts now.
All right.
Come over here.
Over here.
Let's coach the out of these guys.
It's gonna be so bitchin' when it's done, bro.
Can't wait. Austin and Stacy going head-to-head is a perfect call. They have both showed weaknesses in this competition, and it should be interesting.
It's set up as fair as it can be set up.
Oh, it's apples to apples.
Biomechanical, it's something that's so technical and so loose at the same time. You can always tell when somebody doesn't do biomechanical and is trying, because it screams, I don't know what I'm doing.
Austin, get a marker and mark the center line.
Well, see, I wasn't trying to put it center line, but I get where you're going. I get it.
Why would you not put it center line?
I kind of like the little wrap in the front, but hey, not what I like.
What you like got you in this spot.
You're right about that.
This could be anybody's game.
You ready?
Do it.
This really sucks right now, because no matter what, I'm losing one of my team members. But at the same time, I need to help both of them, because I need the strongest tattooer to stay in this competition.
Hair. Can you clip it so that my hair stop falling forward?
What am I doing?
Take the clip out and then clip more of my hair back.
Maybe hairdressing is a new option for you.
It's so funny, Christian, because your tattoos aren't all that.
Well, they were good enough to beat you, weren't they?
Run your mouth. That's all you do
my
is
100
run
grand
your
in the bank.
mouth.
I run my machines way up better than you do.
Bull.
I was in a dark place before I started tattooing. I did drugs, I was living on the streets. In all honesty, tattooing saved my life.
Glad I'm not doing biomech. It's a tough style.
It's a very tough style. But I'm doing it. I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure this is not my last tattoo in this competition.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were a tattooer right now.
Shut up.
There might be some hope for this one.
A lot of people think that everything in my life has been handed to me, which isn't true. I've worked so hard to be where I am. I was raised in the South in a very Southern Baptist home. I am a Christian, but I also knew at like 16 I wanted to be a tattoo artist, and I had a girlfriend at 15. These things contradict, but they are who I am. I mastered fighting the adversity. I'm gonna fight till the end.
Yeah, you're gonna have a new specialty when you leave here.
Biomech watercolor, that could be cool.
4 hours left, Stacy and Austin. 4 hours left.
What do you need, Austin?
Trying to open my white.
Are you using white right now?
No, but it's part of my mixing for the gray.
What gray?
That the whole thing's made out of. You think it's gonna be that Easter egg color? No. I just needed that to see where my colors were gonna go.
Okay. Should have known to bring my spacesuit today, because you just blew me out of the atmosphere.
I like the Eastern colors.
Austin does not have a clear game plan. He does not have a clear sight on the end goal of this tattoo.
Anything up yet?
Okay. Stacy is really making sure that she has a path and that she is maintaining that path from start to finish.
Hey, where's your light source coming from? Straight on or like above?
I didn't really have a light source on this one.
That's not a good plan. You should always have a light source.
No, it's totally okay.
Stacy, if you knew what you were doing, you wouldn't be down here either, fool.
Okay.
You are head-to-head. It's life or death. I cannot believe Austin's not prepared for this tattoo.
You're kind of kicking his ass right now. Good. He's like talking so much to me. I haven't said anything mean to him. I'm like, you know what? I don't have to run my mouth. I'm just gonna tattoo.
What do you think?
I don't think this is how any of us expected this to go.
I didn't think he was going to be snowballed. Bottom line, our team needs a solid tattooer because we got to start taking these jackasses out of here.
2 hours to go. 2 hours left.
Start picking it up because you got a lot of to cover.
I keep making poor choices. I should have put together a good, comprehensive color theory. But my team, they are a great resource. I'm gonna use them to the best of my ability.
Should I put some red in those little gaps between the teeth? Turk said that might look like a cool idea.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to have something in there.
This is your final hour. 1 more hour.
Austin, he produces the best tattoo when someone is standing over his shoulder the whole time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Machine's down. Time is up. No more ink.
Super cool. And you get to keep it forever.
Badass.
Definitely badass.
Yeah, it's my favorite one I've done here so far. Let's hope it's not my last.
Austin and Stacy, today you had to battle head-to-head to stay in this competition. Based on your work, one of you will be packing your machines. Let's see how you did. Austin.
I like the shape, I like the design. The details of the actual skull itself are really cool. The shape of the eyes, the nose, and the mouth that really tell the skull part of the story.
I do like the appeal of this tattoo. I like the color play quite a bit. Using the hot and cold color palette like you did was a smart play.
The biggest missed opportunity in this tattoo is putting some heavy areas of black. These deep set areas, instead of going from a light gray to the color, should go from solid black to the color to really show the dimension of these pieces taking shape. As far as the biomech part, I do wish it had more of the bio feel.
It looks very stiff. The biomechanical aspect became a beveled, hard, kind of shaped image. It doesn't have a lot of that real bio feel to it, more like alien-esque.
I went more mechanical for sure.
This tattoo has an appealing look to it at first glance. I just don't look at it as a confident tattoo and really understanding biomechanics.
Stacy. You really swung for the fences here with this design. You did try to show us some organic elements in this piece. Certainly with some of the detailing you put in the spikes, in the center of the nose, under the eye socket, with the repetitive bone pattern. It looks like there is more of an organic bio feel happening here.
It was interesting to step out of my comfort zone and definitely try something I've never even thought I would try.
For me, you do better in bio than you do in a skull. From the nose down, it just looks like somebody went with putty and just smeared this thing down, and then it's got a perfect set of veneers. It's all gnarly everywhere, and then he's got these pretty little choppers. It doesn't flow.
You have multiple colors, multiple tones. It does have a bony texture. It doesn't just look like a piece of metal I cut out on a jigsaw. It actually looks like a bone that grew into a shape.
You did good. You did good.
Clean. You had to put these two up for elimination. This is your team. How you feeling about this?
I mean, it sucks. Obviously, I want the best tattooer on the team. I think the tattoos both have some good qualities. Stacy's, I think, looks a little cleaner, and I didn't really help her do much. Austin's, the outline is a little wonky from top to bottom. And yeah, I mean, everybody chimed in way more on Austin's end to get to this point right now.
Stacy definitely had a better plan going into it because she had this color rendering and she followed it step by step.
If we're looking at it from a team perspective, we had to spoon feed a lot of what Austin did to Austin.
They helped me out a lot, and I'm not going to deny that one bit.
We are still in a competition as well. If this was a tattoo challenge where we were all having to tattoo, then a lot of our energy might have been exasperated helping one individual, which could ultimately take away from ourselves.
Austin, did you not have a plan?
I had somewhat of a plan. I ended up changing my color palette, because I should have drawn this on paper.
Being prepared to do any work in your life is the key to succeeding at the work you do. You can't just come in without having yourself ready for that job.
I wasted my last few years trying to get my life together and not following my tattooing. Just being here, I'm realizing I needed to put a little bit more of that into my tattooing. It's been, you know, it's been neglected the last couple of years, and it shows.
Hey man, if you're trying to get your life together, you're not wasting anything, because the first thing you need is your life to tattoo. First you fix your life, then you fix the things that are in your life one by one.
All right, guys, time to decide who's going home. I see shining moments in both, and I see deficiencies in both, but I mean, I think that Stacy hit more of the biomech.
Remember that it's not a biomech challenge, it's a biomech skull challenge.
Look at Austin's. It looks like he started with a skull and added to it. The skull and Stacy's, there's things that don't make sense where they're coming from.
The judges have decided, Stacy, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Stacy, I have tremendous amount of respect for you and for anybody who steps into this arena, but I think that you have done amazing in terms of showing us progress.
Yeah.
So stay on that trajectory.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
You did good, kid.
Thanks, Coach.
Please pack your machines and close shop.
I have come up with about 45 different designs for this tattoo. They gave me Biomechanical. It's gonna be a lot of cool colors on the outside, and then we're gonna have this big, like, fireball.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
I studied the best I could from great artists, but I have to just do it the way I would do it.
That's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff back there, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. This is crazy. I'm doing my first biomechanical tattoo, and I'm doing my first large back piece on the biggest stage for tattoo artists. The pressure is on. You did it. I feel like 10 million pounds have just been lifted off my shoulders.
First biomechanical tattoo ever.
Finalists, one of you will walk away with $100,000 and the title of Ink Master. It is time to critique your master canvases. Danny, come on up. What's exciting for me is that Danny never took this style on. I gotta say, it's probably the best biomechanical we've ever seen on Ink Master.
The big thing about these kind of tattoos is you want to feel like it's not a part of the body, and you really capture that. Layer upon layer upon layer, texture upon texture, light reflecting off of every source, great color blending, great color saturation, rich solid blacks.
It's pretty dazzling. Danny, thank you. Please have a seat.
Thank you so much.
Today, you must tattoo neon lights.
Do you know how hard that is?
A neon light tattoo is showing the illusion of a glow on somebody's skin. So the only way you can make the illusion is having a heavy amount of black and a very light source of color.
Anybody that can't blast color in is gonna have problems.
Let's meet your canvases.
Biomechanical skin rip with machine parts on my forearm.
That's not easy, bro.
I've never done biomech. I've never done neon. Bring it on. What else have I not done?
I'm kind of excited, honestly.
Artists, you have 6 hours to tattoo neon lights. And your time starts now.
All right.
Let's do this. Paramount is gonna be your throne? Today we're testing the artist with neon tattoos. Not just a tube of neon, but light source tattoos.
I tried to keep it small.
All right.
I'm gonna just kind of wing my color theory.
He looks freaking dope.
Where there's light on one side, there's shadow on the other. So these artists have to grasp that and then use big, bright color to demonstrate it.
You want to do the like super bright neon, it might be smarter to go where it sees less sun.
I had a funny feeling that I would be doing some biomech.
I've never done biomech in my entire career, but the thing is, it's a light source challenge. All black and gray is light sourcing, and I think I might actually have an advantage here.
Every time I got a tattoo, I bring a general idea and the artist just takes it from there.
I think you end up getting way better art that way.
Exactly.
Thank you, Midwest, for this biomech tattoo, because it actually gave me the perfect platform to shine today. I'm on my game 100%.
Win or not, I'm proud of it.
No, this came out amazing.
Today, you are being tested on contrast with neon light tattoos. Let's see how you did. West, you're up first. Angel.
Hey, guys.
The way that you create the glow on your piece is very nice.
The brightest part, there's nothing there.
You have solid black, bright color, open skin, and it shows contrast.
Thank you.
Solid.
All right, guys, time to determine who had the best tattoo of the day.
The first and only tattoo that jumps out as one cohesive, bright, strong, solid tattoo is Angel's for me.
Angel had light sourcing, wrapping around, shooting around. I mean, it's a well thought out plan. The judges have decided the best tattoo of the day goes to Angel.
Yeah, girl.
That's pretty exciting, I'm not gonna lie.